Dubai's fast-paced business environment is a global hub for expansion. For many founders there, Canada represents an opportunity to enter a stable, diverse market, a primary gateway to all of North America. The Canada-UAE Foreign Investment Protection Agreement, entering into force in May 2026, creates a framework intended to provide certainty for investors. This builds on the 2025 opening of the Dubai International Chamber's Toronto office, which helped 130 Dubai companies expand that year. But this highly publicized structural support creates a dangerous false sense of security. Entrepreneurs see the new trade offices and agreements and assume the path is cleared, leading them to rush into the Canadian market entirely unprepared. Favorable trade agreements and new representative offices provide the framework. They do not provide a profitable business model. The door is open, but you still have to navigate the market inside. The most frequent error Dubai businesses make is treating expansion like a simple administrative task. They assume step one is filing the corporate registration. Instead of asking, "Can I register a company?" the real question is, does my business have a commercially viable and structured path into this market? Rushing the paperwork before the strategy leads directly to unexpected operating costs, weak demand, and pricing problems. You end up with a registered entity, but no competitive advantage. A business model that performs flawlessly in Dubai cannot be automatically copy-pasted into Canada. It will require significant adaptation to survive its first year in a new economy. Skipping the strategy phase saves time at first, but almost guarantees you will lose capital on a launch that fails to connect with Canadian customers. The alternative to the paperwork trap is market validation, a deliberate 3 to 12-month process of stress testing your idea before you commit significant capital to set up. This chart breaks down 4 validation pillars. Top left, customer demand, proving Canadians will pay your price. Top right, competition, differentiating from local incumbents. Bottom left, costs, adapting to Canadian baseline expenses. Finally, bottom right, requirements, the industry rules and standards required to operate. You aren't doing this to prove your original idea is perfect. You are doing it to determine exactly what must change before you enter the market. Finding uncomfortable truths during this phase is actually a success. It prevents you from funding a launch that is doomed to fail. Canada is vast and not one uniform market. Consumer behavior and economic conditions vary drastically between provinces like British Columbia, Alberta, Ontario, and Quebec. Beyond the geography, there are administrative hurdles. The Canada Revenue Agency, shown here, has specific and complex registration processes for non-resident entrepreneurs. You must navigate GST registration, tax residency rules, registered office obligations, and corporate director requirements. There is no single hack that works for every Dubai founder. Professional legal and tax intervention is a necessity to ensure your business structure actually follows local law. In Canada's highly regulated environment, tax and legal compliance will dictate your business structure, not the other way around. We use a 7-stage roadmap. It begins with business assessment and market research. Stages 3 and 4 cover entry strategy and defensible business planning. Stage 5 is setup preparation, starting corporate registration. Stage 6 builds localized brand presence. Finally, Stage 7 is launch and growth, adjusting strategy based on real market evidence. This process requires significant investment in planning before you generate a single dollar of Canadian revenue. But following this exact sequence transforms a chaotic administrative burden into a predictable, manageable, and legally sound expansion. So, are you ready? If you are moving just because the market looks attractive, or if you are rushing for a quick immigration approval, you should stop. Entering with that mindset leads to choosing the wrong province, operation failure, and a massive drain on your capital. The ideal candidate is an established business or experienced founder with a realistic timeline and a willingness to adapt. You must be able to clearly explain your competitive advantage and be prepared to tailor your offering to local Canadian conditions. Canada is a stable, connected gateway to North America, but success is reserved for those who prioritize localized strategy over speed. Navigating this transition requires a strategic bridge. That is the role of MRZ Canada. Based in Toronto, we provide end-to-end support, from opportunity assessment and market research to branding and CRA administrative setup. Our approach is practical. Analyze the opportunity, strategize the entry, realize the plan. If you are a Dubai-based entrepreneur ready to evaluate the Canadian market, message MRZ Canada on WhatsApp with the word Dubai and your business background, and be sure to read the full article for the complete roadmap. This video provides general business guidance. Independent professional advice may be required, and business or immigration outcomes are never guaranteed.